vlog.
So this is a for real, you got a vlog?
Yeah.
Unless he says bad words
I try not to.
or eventually gets canceled, then I redact everything I just said. Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's I, Jeremy, aka XLJ the OG, with Mr. B-Roll, and he is giddy as a schoolgirl because we have got a very special vlog coming to you today that you all are gonna love. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. We are in Indianapolis. Well, what are we doing today, Mr. B-Roll?
We are going to a little something we've been excited about for months, like he said, a little event called Squared Circle Expo 2.
So this is pretty cool, especially for Indianapolis. Like I was telling B-Roll here, like for years we never really got anything like this. But this is a pro wrestling convention, the largest. They're boasting the largest in the Midwest, and by golly, they're probably not wrong, because my gosh, the list of talents that's here today is nuts. We've got everybody from your AEW World Heavyweight Champion Hangman Adam Page, Adam Cole, baby. We've got everybody from Hall of Famers like the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Ron Simmons, JBL, to a lot of other AEW talents like Jungle Boy, Anna Jay, and Ty Conti, Sammy Guevara. I'm missing so many. Ethan Page, Danhausen's here. I mean, I think they said the list was like over 70 wrestlers, so this is going to be freaking nuts. So, and believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever actually been to an all wrestling convention, other than if you count the fan convention at All Out, you know, that was something, but this is, we're something solo, let's put it that way. Yeah. So, there's going to be hopefully meet some talents today, going to get to, you know, see all types of cool vendors here with all sorts of wrestling related memorabilia. What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, we know for sure we're going to meet Hangman Adam Page.
That's right. We are doing a photo op with Hangman Adam Page. We're going to do some cowboy shit with him. Maybe have a beer or two. Yep. We'll see. So probably not.
And like I told you, it's like, to me, if we walked around the whole thing and he was the only one we got to meet and take the photo with, to me it's still worth it. Like, but I'm sure we're going to meet other people and have other opportunities.
And I'm hoping to meet Mr. All Ego, Ethan Page, and hopefully maybe get on his vlog. Who knows? Maybe we can have a vlog within a vlog, because I've brought this man some gifts today. So we're going to see how that goes. So may not amount to nothing, who knows, but we're going to have fun nonetheless. So
yes, we will.
This is going to be pretty exciting.
We're going to try not to spend too much money.
Yeah, but we'll see. Time will tell. But enough talking. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's go. All right, we're going to head on into the Squared Circle Expo, which is being held here at the Wyndham West Hotel. And the setup here was really nice. I have to give them credit. A lot of room, a lot of space. They had 3 separate areas. There was one big hall area here where you see all the vendors, and then 2 separate areas where you could meet wrestlers. And there was wrestlers inside the vending area as well. But this is the second year that they've hosted this, and I gotta say, for a second year, they did a hell of a good job. And check out that Rikishi Crunch and Munch stand thing. That's awesome. And in addition to these rooms, they would also have a separate area for photo ops, as well as an area for panels, which we'll check out later. So we're kind of surveying the land, trying to figure out what's what. And what just happened, Brent?
Hangman Adam Page was so close to not get touched in.
Yep.
There was no social distancing.
Yep. So, and as we were walking around too, because like it's in the morning here, so some of the wrestlers are still arriving or getting in set up or whatever. We literally just walked past Mickie James and Nick Aldis, which Nick Aldis is looking sharp, man. Nice sharp dressed man. So I don't know, man. There's like heads about to explode, like literally like right in front of us. I see the Good Brothers. I don't know, you want to go meet the Good Brothers?
We got decisions to make.
Yeah, we got decisions to make. And throw it up, Bullet Club for life. So we got to meet the Good Brothers here. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, and these guys were ridiculously nice. They talked to us for a couple minutes, actually. We talked about Talking Shop, and what was amazing to me, these guys was getting ready to hop in a car and travel 4 hours to Chicago for a New Japan show. And back on the convention floor, checking out some goodies. Check out that old school WWF birthday hats, and there are a ton of action figures all over the place. Everything from Jakks to LJNs to some of the rarest stuff, including this blue blazer from Jakks Pacific. You don't see that every day. And check it out. Here's the line for Adam Cole, baby. Well, we are in line to meet Adam Cole, baby. Trying to. It may take a while. We may be here the rest of the day. But so far, though, what do you think?
Pretty cool.
Pretty fun. And some of the talents, it seems like, are not here right now. We've heard some rumblings. It sounds like having some difficulties with flights getting here. We know we haven't spotted Sammy Guevara or Ty Conte or no Danhausen yet. Anna Page, Jungle Boy, yeah. Anna Page. Anna J. Ethan Page, yeah. Are you here? So we made it finally in after a good 45-minute wait, but it's worth it. But here we go, man. We're waiting to see Adam Cole, baby.
They're not going to be able to hear any of this.
Oh, they will. Mr. Brent. And now we are in the hall where you can meet all the wrestlers there. You see Johnny, I guess, Squared Circle Expo, and you can see his place is packed. Over here, you're going to see Nick Aldis and Mickey James. Nick Aldis looking pretty sharp, by the way. It's a madhouse here at the Squared Circle Expo, but we're having a blast. It's been great even just being in line waiting and talking to our family, our fellow wrestling fans, right, Mr. B. Right?
I miss the days when I was a kid and you could be up on like your parents' shoulders.
Yeah.
Any offers, Jeremy?
No. I'm an old man. My back's already killing me. And over here you see WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, as well as it looks like Jungle Boy and Anna Jay has arrived and safely to the Squared Circle Expo. And the doctor will see you now, but it's all about that boom, baby. It's time to meet Adam Cole, baby. And I have to say, the wait in line was totally worth it. Adam Cole was ridiculously nice to B-Roll and I. Matter of fact, I even got to tell him a story about how we say in our household, Savvy Cole, baby, for my wife as her nickname, and he ate that story up. He loved it. As you can see here, I mean, look at that expression. But Adam Cole was a true gentleman, and it was so awesome as we're getting ready to leave. He purposely came around the table to shake Brent's hand. I thought that was awesome. And now it's time to check out some panels. We're checking out this one on Masked Wrestlers, featuring Shark Boy, Fuego del Sol, and Crazy Steve.
They all just went into the ring and celebrated with me, carried me around the ring, and just made such a big deal out of it in what's basically my hometown. So I'm from the Cincinnati area, so just put me on the map. There was a picture of it, made all the magazines. Before you knew it, WCW called, and I wound up with a tryout match, and that's how I got in with WCW. So what a night. And going back to my story earlier about my dad, not the biggest wrestling fan of his son, and King was there that night, and I was told by someone who was sitting with him that he basically teared up, had a tear rolling down his cheek, which meant just everything to me, because here's a guy not even, he's not even a wrestling fan, but he realized what that moment meant for me and chasing my dream. That was my moment, man, right there. You told us yours, that was mine, right there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Was little Brian Pillman Jr.?
He was there. Brian was, I don't know, 5 or something. How old was he in
little maniac of a kid, I'm assuming.
We could figure that out. He was a little guy, yeah. And I told him that I just saw it recently for the first time since those Pillman shows. I said, you're like that big last time I saw you, man. Now he looks just like his dad.
I had training as a wrestler, like you come up with these names in your head, and I had like a one-word name for a wrestler that wasn't me. It didn't fit me. I don't remember. I think it was like Misery or something like that. I was a big fan of Raven coming up, so I had that floating around in my head. And when I approached Eric Young, who was my trainer, with the name, he said, well, the problem with that is when I think of a guy named Misery, I think he's big. He's like 6'6", and he walks. He's like the Undertaker, and you're not that. We're in the ring, and we're kind of just trying to plan out what's going to happen, and I said, man, I don't know about this crazy Steve name. He's like, dude, it's your name, and you can do whatever you want with it. I'm just giving you my opinion. I think it has legs. Just try it out tonight. If you don't like it, then don't use it again. I said, okay. And we're in the tag match, and I'm on the apron as he's in the ring, and it's my first match ever. And people start clapping and chanting, crazy Steve, crazy Steve, crazy Steve. And so I was like, oh, light bulb moment, ding ding, that's when he sang it. And after, right then and there, I was like, okay, I like it, I get it. And I'll be honest with you, I thought when I got signed to Impact the first run that they would change it. I thought that they would change it, and they chose not to, and so it's just kind of stuck with me. So it started out I didn't like it, but now it's grown on me. I don't know if I would be anything different.
So I was running around naked at a frat party.
That was good.
Yeah. So Fuego del Sol translates to fire of the sun or sunfire, depending on however you want to directly translate it. But I always had this passion, this fire about me, and my trainer really liked. And when we decided that we were gonna possibly don the mask, that's one of the things. I had a guy similar size to me that we were probably gonna do a tag team. We were gonna be Fire and Ice. But then he had another gimmick unmasked, and we wrestled each other a bunch, and I kind of stuck. And I went to Monterrey, Mexico, and trained down there, and they always talked about my smile, like it lit up the room like the sun. And so Fire of the Sun kind of was born between my fire, my passion, and it was just lighting up the room like the sun. And so that's how that developed. And then it kind of stuck. So here I am, running around naked at frat parties, just lighting up the room.
In high school, there was a friend of mine who loved to do The Rock, and he would call and leave a message as The Rock, and he was really good, man. He was really good. So I couldn't do The Rock, but I thought, man, if I studied, I bet I could do Stone Cold. So I started watching the tapes and just mimicking him and doing. Pretty soon I had an impression. So I call it back and leave messages as Stone Cold. Leaving that crap on my introducing, you son of a bitch. And I just lay into it. What? And so I wound up on a tour of India. What? Oh, please don't start. We'll be here all night. When I started. When he started. So anyways, it was like a whole new world for us. So the two of us sort of, kind of would pair off and talk, and we got to talk about wrestling, of course, and he talked about Flair. He was a big Flair fan. He had a little bit of kind of a Flair, and I did my Stone Cold for him, and that was it. He didn't want to hear me talk anymore unless I talked like Steve Austin. You know what I mean? Okay. Spent the whole tour. Hey, Steve. and what? and he'd say, what's Stone Cold think about that waiter? He's a piece of trash. He's not doing his job. I ought to go over and whip his ass. I just do the Stone Cold thing the whole tour. We drove Sanjay nuts. By then, he's like, you guys shut the hell up with the Stone Cold. All right, please. Right? We get home. Now we're backstage at TNA, and Simon's got me doing it for everybody. Truth, come here. Conan, come here. I'm doing the impression of him. Jeff Jarrett, come here. I do it for Jeff, and he goes, you're doing that on TV. And that was it, man. Suddenly, after all these years of Shark Boy never saying a word, I woke up out of a coma and thought I was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Master Fishing
The Shark Boy said so.
I got a question. When you first talked to Steve about it, what was the reaction?
Wow, yeah. So, I have yet to speak to Steve directly. So if the music hits and he comes out here and kicks my ass. So what happened was I was backstage at TNA and feel a big hand on my shoulder and look up and it's Kevin Nash. He goes, hey, Steve digs your stuff. He thinks you're funny, man. He likes it. Yes, such a relief. Because I'll tell you, if he'd been offended, it probably would have been the one time in my career that I went to creative and said, I don't want to do this. Because that absolutely has never been the intent. huge fan of Steve Austin. So, and God bless him. And he went in and did interviews and said, you know, hey, if the kid can make money, let him do it or whatever. I mean, what a class act, dude.
Yeah.
Round of applause for Steve Austin.
Woo!
Just over enough. Round of applause for Shark Boy.
Yeah.
A lot. And one of the cool things I get when anybody says, "Oh, I met Abyss. I've seen him at a signing." They always have something good to say about him, which shows me what kind of like lasting impression he left on everybody who he came in contact with. And so, like coming up in a tag team with that, you take that lesson. I try to carry that forward. What I liked about it the most was that he was large, and I'm small. So I can always turn to my big buddy when things got south, and he'll help me out. But honestly, one of the cool things, I always wanted to team with Abyss. Whenever I was trying to get into Impact, sending them tapes and DVDs, and I would pitch them angles which would pair me with Abyss. And when I first broke in, I was with Menagerie, but it was, in the back of my head, it was just a matter of time before we link each other. And it just so happens that like outside of that, we get along really well, and he likes me a lot, which is great because I love Big Man. But at the time, I was like even still 12 years in by the time we started tag teaming, and he taught me so much, from in front of the camera to behind the camera, how to be on the road and stuff like that. Like, if you're open to it, there's so much to learn from a guy like that. So I guess, overall, that's the best part. Well, no, the best part about teaming with Abyss is that he's my friend for life. That's the best part, and I'm happy for him. People will say, "Oh, we miss Old Decay. We want Abyss back," and I say, "No, leave him be. One, he's sacrificed enough. He's shed enough blood. He's happy where he's at, and he's making a lot of money. Let him be. We're doing just fine, and we take him with us wherever we go. So it's not he's gone." But yeah, so overall, I guess the best part about teaming with Abyss again is he's my buddy for life. So.
Yeah. And I thought that was a really cool panel. It's going to wrap it up for this. But now it's time for Mr. B-Roll and I to do some cowboy shit. So what just happened? The road dog.
Road dog.
He just
Sorry, I'm still gathering myself.
It's okay, I got you. So the Road Dog, we're waiting in line to see Hangman. And Road Dog and Billy Gunn just came out from doing their photo op. And he literally said, "There's a lot of fun stuff going on back there. You wouldn't believe it. Unzip your pants." Got a pretty good pop. Pop this guy.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. What you got there, sir?
Scott Hallrock.
From Fort Wayne.
Rocks.
Keep on. There you go.
Don't record my addiction.
Yeah, we're doing this. So tell us what you just doing while we're waiting in line.
Having an addiction. Probably.
So you can apparently buy AEW trading cards virtually, and that's what he just bought, a pack of 12 for $13. Jake Hager, you got Brent.
Is that the black one? Oh, that's the silver one. That's the...
Yeah.
I don't have that.
You got Referee, I didn't make it, you're going too fast, FTR, Kenny. Huh.
Those are different.
So are you happy with your purchase?
The brick ones are... I don't have either of them. So. Leave me alone.
Uh-huh. What just happened there, Brent?
So, hey man,
Again?
I think he's stalking me.
Hey, tell him about earlier when we were walking by and we found like... Yeah! Holy shit. Yeah, we love you! I got it on video that time. But no, tell me about earlier. We were talking. I wonder if the other wrestlers got here and like, oh, there was Danhausen. And then literally he just brushed shoulders with Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. Yep. And you were like, Sammy! And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, I got a fan crawled over him a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, he was looking fly though.
He was looking fly?
He had like a jacket that had like fur on it.
Yeah, he was looking pretty nice.
He
He's
was
looking pretty
styling,
nice.
profiling.
I can dig it. We're waiting to meet the Hangman.
And our dream was realized as B-Roll and I got to meet AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page. Got to tell him about the video retrospective we did on his career, which he got a kick out of. Just a super nice, awesome guy. I can't say enough nice things about Hangman Page. And we're going to head back to the Fender floor and see if we can find some goodies. And they are all over the place here with wrestling memorabilia. I mean, I've never seen so many wrestling action figures, I think, in all of my life. About every booth, it seemed like, had them. I love these WWF 80s 7-Eleven cups. And I have to admit, I had to take a second look there. Did not realize Rikishi was on a cover of TV Guide. I completely spaced that out of my mind, I guess. And like I was saying before, there is just a plethora of action figures all over this convention. Everything from the AEW Jazzwares to Mattel to you even see some LJNs over here representing just every genre and generation you can think of. And of course, also, you come across a lot of magazines, programs. Those t-shirts are really cool. Trading cards, of course. And check this out, a Upper Deck exclusive Evil Uno action figure. They had all the Dark Order there at this particular booth. Like I say, man, there's just a ton of action figures everywhere. And Shrek 2 for no apparent reason. And I thought this was really neat. I'm starting to see this trend where they take flannel shirts and on the back of them they impose some sort of image. Of course, this is all wrestling. Check out that Nasty Boys one. Pretty sick. And of course, they had to have a booth that had nothing but stickers in it pretty much. And B-Roll is all about that sticker life. And no wrestling convention would be complete without some Lucha Libre mask. And these masks were very well designed, if I do say so. And here at the Merch Massacre stand, they got everything from magnets to koozies to those stickers we saw earlier. Just a little bit of everything. And I absolutely love this artwork where they take wrestlers and put them on famous comic book covers. And I have to admit, one of my favorite things to look through is old wrestling magazines, which I have a ton of from the past. But I love just going back and looking at the nostalgia. And I gotta tell you, it's cool seeing these comic books too. Check out that WCW comic book for Marvels, but I love my PWIs, man. Hey, looks like we got some loose LJNs here. I can see the good captain. I think you're coming home with me, pal. And here are some loose Hasbros. They're in pretty good shape, and it's always good to see Akeem the African Dream. And oh, check out this LJ and Mr. Fuji. But like I say, just a plethora of action figures galore here at Squared Circle Expo. And wow, you don't see this every day. Some Japanese wrestling action figures. I can dig it. And hey, it's Developmentally Speaking with my pal Morty. Let's check him out.
Here with Mortimer Blankenship, plugging his podcast, which is pretty awesome.
It's called Developmentally Speaking. Yeah, if you get a chance, you can probably just pause this video.
Right
you
there.
Can scan that bad boy right there.
there.
It'll take you to the preview. We talk about the developmental territories, HWA, FCW, Deep South, OVW. We're in season 2 right now. We've been focusing primarily on OVW because we are from Southern Indiana. It's our bread and butter. We're actually here today with Rip Rogers, the man right there that he trained John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, Brock Lesnar. You know,
The list goes on and on.
Like 70 plus people. Also Pat McAfee here recently. But yeah, we cover all that. We've had guests on, like we've had Chris Cage. We've had it's hard to bring it back. Chris Cage, Kenny Bolin,
Star Maker.
Yeah, Star Maker, Kenny Bolin, and we've had Tank Tolan. We've had, we also have people lined up. I just got off the phone with Rico Constantino. We've already done his episode. We did his episode, but he watched it.
Oh, I thought you meant you literally did it like on the phone with him today.
We haven't talked to him yet, but he watched his episode that we did. Appreciate it. He wants to do another episode, a follow-up episode with us talking to him. That we're gonna have where fans can ask questions and ask him questions, he'll answer them. So, yeah, Rico's going to be on there. We also have Nova, Mike Bucci. He's lined up to come on. Johnny Jeter from, we know him from the Spirit Squad. Johnny, yeah. So we've got a bunch of stuff lined up for sure.
I mean, there's just a plethora. You heard him. I mean, there's so many guys that come through that system.
OVW, it really was, in my opinion, the developmental territory.
And we're really blessed too that the fact it's in our backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the truth. And even people we also had HWA over in Cincinnati with Les Thatcher.
With Les Thatcher,
that was which we're going to have Les Thatcher at with us as our special guest in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Oh, at that convention.
Yeah,
right?
It's Heroes and Legends. It's on July 9th.
Okay.
July 9th, yeah. But yeah, Les will be with us there. Come say hi. It's going to be a good time. Come.
Good stuff.
Yeah, come show us that you're subscribed, and we'll give you a ticket to win a $50 gift card. So
can't go wrong with that. But seriously, check out Developmentally Speaking. It is an amazing podcast. These guys do an awesome job. So happy to know this man. Known him for years.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. Check it out.
There you go.
And I highly recommend you check out Developmentally Speaking's YouTube channel. You won't regret it. And it's time for another panel, and this one is freaking awesome. It's an Attitude Era panel with the New Age Outlaws and the APA.
Work here, bro.
So one final question for me before we take some questions from the audience. You think we'll ever see anything close to the Attitude Era? No way.
Negatory, buddy. No way. I mean, go on Twitter and say one thing wrong. There's your answer. There's your sign.
Hell no, I wasn't playing. I had to sneak up on his little ass. The little drunk bastard flipped me off yesterday on Twitter. Somebody's still mad about it. No, I snuck up on him. But yeah, if you watch the match, I snuck over to the trash can and I turned and Hornswoggle sees it. His eyes are as big as saucers. And I got his little ass.
That's after dark right there. That's that good Shane, his ass. He got that little Rakishi thing going on. That's why the Attitude Era can't come back. You can't hit a midget with a garbage can. And I meant to say little person, I watched the 7 Little Johnsons on TLC.
Hornswoggle was telling me, goes, I'm not happy. I said, I'm sorry, which one are you, little fella? I said, what am I going to do with him? I said, take him up to his room. He goes, what do I do when I get him up there? I said, roll it.
Somebody should go get Hornswoggle. He's right across the hall. We should let him hear all this.
He's got a good little sense of humor.
Yeah, I was Hunter's friend. Were you expecting like a backstory? It's the only reason I was there for the love of God.
That's why he doesn't have a job now, too.
Oh.
There's a time limit. You can only be friends.
But he's got a podcast.
Yeah. Hey, my other blonde friend got me that gig. So, yeah, the idea behind that was, for real, is that we were both working there at the time, and they wanted to put the titles on the Usos, and they wanted to kind of shake the titles up a little bit before they did that, so they utilized us to do it. And then they beat Billy in Chicago, because I don't think he was in good shape. You know what I mean? At that time, he wasn't taking care of himself. His body looked like a glazed ham. Somebody dropped it. Horrible. Billy?
I just wanted to stick those twigs in my helmet. No, I mean, we just got there and there was stuff there. We didn't know what was going on. We just went, oh, thanks.
I think at that point Hunter was talking for us behind the scenes, and we would just show up and go, oh, we're going to invade WCW. Like, okay, cool. And I was just scared because I had hit my weed under the thing in the van. I drove down there.
By the way, that's another drug reference.
It's a whole nother story. See, it's funny, guys, because I used to be a druggie. That's a podcast.
What's it like to wrestle with your son and kind of transition into business compared to what
Thank you for asking. Thanks for watching. My kids are awesome. My kids are great. I mean, I'm not saying that because it's me. Well, maybe I am. But they're really good. They don't fall into that flipping horse shit that people are doing for no reason whatsoever.
Preach!
They just entertain and they tell stories. You know, if they have time, they'll tell stories. Austin is at a different level than Colton, which makes them together really good. They complement each other really good. And I love doing stuff with them because, I mean, they hate it because I coach them the entire time we're out there and they're going, Dad, please be quiet. Stop saying stuff. But it's letting them, like, we don't, like all of us back in the day were working 300 days out of the year. So that's a different learning thing, especially when I got there. When I got there, I didn't know shit. So I was led, you know, the head shrinkers led me by the hand, me and Bart by the hand for a year, trying to figure it out. But we got to do that every night. The boys don't get to do that every night, but when they do, it's in the moment with people. So I kind of just buzz them in their ear, which drives them nuts. But yeah, my kid, it's awesome. I love it.
Look, the whole thing started, those guys showed up like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And, you know, you normally guys get there at 1 or 2 o'clock, you know, Stone Cold The Rock, they all did, you know, it's a matter of respect. There's no respect for walking in that late. And right before the match, when their music was playing, and they turned to me, and it's just me, Ron, those two guys, and Gerald Briscoe at the gorilla position, they call it, and they say, we don't want to do the spot on the table. And I said, that's the finish. And they said, yeah, and they literally walked out. They didn't offer an alternative. They didn't offer anything. They just said they're not doing the finish. So Ron goes, what was that? And I said, they don't want to go to the table. And Ron said, with his pulse still around 72, says, then we'll take the table to him.
That's awesome.
The one in my room right now, or which one of you?
Are you shitting me?
Blow up sheep.
Huh?
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming.
Man, what a hilarious panel with those guys. We're going to head back in to see who wrestlers we're going to meet. And oh, hey, check it out. It's NWA champion Matt Cardona. Here, getting ready to meet Ethan Page. I'm bringing him a Prezi. We're going to see how this goes. Mr. B-Roll.
Hey, hello. Brought some gifts for you. Whoa. Big fan of the B-Log.
You got your own vlog going on right here?
Yeah. Vlog going on here.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
That's right. Cole TV.
Unless he says bad words
I try not to.
or eventually gets canceled, then I redact everything I just said.
Well, I don't know how to feel.
I haven't watched your channel yet, so I'm prefacing this.
What? Look at me.
Whoa, Stan Lee
Stan
socks!
Lee socks, my friend. This is sick. And I hope you don't have this. Inbox. Just saying.
Dude!
But a big fan of yours, love the vlog. In fact, I would dare say you inspired me to start my own vlog.
So this is for real? You got a vlog?
Yeah, this is our, so it's Cole TV. We have a podcast too, it's called Cole. Podcast for all. But it's mostly nostalgia based, so we talk a lot about like 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
We do like wrestling, of course, a lot of wrestling stuff.
Well, sorry to wrestle in the 80s or 90s. You're going to have to cut me out of your vlog.
No. You gotta have it.
Exactly.
Dude, thank you so much. This is awesome.
What can I do for you?
And that, my friends, is the money shot. And I don't mean it that way.
And my wife loves you too. She doesn't know this.
Got it.
You know how many people say that? That makes me so happy. If I can get people that don't like wrestling to watch wrestling, it's like my job.
She's always like, okay, it's Sunday. We need to make sure we're checking out the toy for her.
Hell yeah, there's a new one tomorrow.
Can't wait, man.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank
You're killing it. Hope you enjoy that.
See this?
This
In
is
the
the man.
video.
This is the man.
Here, I got you, bro. Next scene.
And you saw it here first, folks. All Ego Ethan Page is all in on Cole TV. Man, I can't thank Ethan Page enough. How awesome was it to meet him? And not only for that, for him to plug our channel. Awesome moment.
That just happened. So you heard it first. You need to like and subscribe.
And we're going to check out another panel here. Up next, it's the AEW panel. We're not quite sure who's on this panel, but looks like we've got the Varsity Blondes coming out.
Who's Griff Garrison?
Yep. And Fuego del Sol, okay. Not what we were expecting, gotta be honest.
Japan and Mexico and the UK cannot travel, and AEW and Tony Khan graciously started giving a lot of independent wrestlers opportunities on AEW and AEW Dark, and I think we were all a byproduct of that in a sense. We slowly started coming in, and we made a name for ourselves on AEW Dark enough.
Like letting, guys from the indies just come and do darks and stuff, and believe it or not, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a bachelor's degree in education and history, so I was actually looking for a teaching job at a high school to teach history, and then I get a phone call from my agent. He's like, yep, you're going down to Jacksonville, wrestle a dark match, and then I guess they like me because I'm still here, so like, I guess that's kind of my story. And then how I got with this guy. It was in the airport, we're in the Charlotte airport. I'm on this guy's flight, and he looks at me and he's like, I bet we're teaming up this week. And then sure enough we were. And then, yep, and he's still here.
Cool.
We're still partners.
How many degrees you got, Brian?
Actually, I have a college degree, unlike you.
I will not be finished.
What's your degree in?
Business.
Mine is in business information systems.
Information. Talk about the craziest day of my life. So, I never had wrestled a match on TV. I had 40 matches for AEW, never once were they on Dynamite. And so then to be told out of nowhere, unsigned, that, hey, you're wrestling Miro on the first ever Rampage was overwhelming in itself. Not only do I not know what's going to happen after the match, but just focusing on that match. He beat up a lot of fellow colleagues of mine. Unfortunately, you happen to be one of those guys as well. Dante, and some others, Lee Johnson. So I knew the damage he could do. And so the layout of that match is crazy. I'm going to attack him before the bell rings and hit him with a tornado DDT, a move that I rarely hit. It was about to get so much better than that. So they tell me stay there, do the commercial break, and get a standing ovation when the camera comes back on. And so I start getting up, and I'm trying to look tough, and I'm trying to look, like a serious wrestler. And then my best friend's music hits, and I turn into a baby and just look shocked, stop selling what I was just doing, and then I get so overwhelmed with emotion. I still get emotional and chills just thinking about how genuine and pure that moment was, that reaction was, man. I was crying on national TV, and I hope some of you guys were crying too. So I wasn't the only one, but yeah. And then Tony and Sammy come out, and they handed me the contract, and it was one of the greatest nights of my life and career. So.
Yeah. And it's the very nice, very evil Danhausen. And what a nice guy he really was to us. And yes, we even got to put curses, but thank God not on us. But Danhausen was super awesome. We talked to him for a couple minutes. And our trip to the Squared Circle Expo wouldn't be complete if we didn't meet the very nice and very evil Danhausen.
Wow, what a day. We are like overjoyed. And okay, first off, how insanely friendly was every single wrestler we talked to today?
like insanely, like even like we were talking about, like we legit were just passing people in the hallway, like I mean,
and I like Adam Cole, when we were finished up talking to him, he literally kind of came back to Brent to make sure he shook his hand.
yeah, like I was getting ready to walk away, and like he like reached like around.
He's like, no. Did you think for a split second he was going to super kick you?
Yes,
I did too.
lie.
No, but
because of the Hangman shirt, obviously.
Yes,
obviously.
But man, super duper nice. We got to meet Danhausen. What an amazing nice guy he is. Ethan Page, my gosh, I can't say enough about him. Hope you enjoy your gifts, my friend, and you know, check out the vlog. You know, like and subscribe. Just saying.
Yeah, he was super cool.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
Man, meeting Hangman was awesome. Super nice guy. The Good Brothers, throw it up. Super duper nice guy. And all the fans we talked to from here and there and everywhere, everybody was super nice, man. It was just, we were all there. That's the great thing. I've talked about it a million times, and I'll talk about it a million more times. The pro wrestling community, like, is so strong, and so, like, we're all like brothers and sisters, really. What was your favorite highlight of the day? There's so many.
Highlight of the day, man, like just the photo op of Hangman was really cool,
and that was well organized. I must say,
well organized,
too.
very quick. Yeah. But then, like, I'd almost lean to like the literally like just passing like these like
it's pretty cool. We
big stars
literally bumped into Sammy Gaffar not once and twice and talked to him. First time you said Sammy, and he acknowledged it. He acknowledged you.
Yeah,
you have been acknowledged.
Yeah.
And we were literally leaving, and Sammy got done with the photo op, and he had this really like awesome fur coat on, and I told him how awesome it was, and he's just like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Yeah.
So the panels were fun. We were just talking about it, and it makes sense, and nothing against the guys, but we were expecting something different from that AEW panel, but it's cool. Yeah. It was still fun.
Yeah.
I think the best one by far was the Attitude Era. That was hilarious.
That was cool.
And I don't know if you know this or not, but Road Dogg Jesse James has a podcast called Oh You Didn't Know. So seriously, as we're leaving, like where those guys were at the in the center, or whatever you want to call it, the convention where we were at, the room where they were selling merch. They were just walking through there, and the whole time Road Dogg was saying that, "Hey guys, I got a podcast." Oh, you didn't know? And I said, "Oh, what's the name of the podcast?" He said it out loud. I said, "Oh, I didn't know." See what I did there?
Yeah.
So that was fun.
And even like Britt Baker and Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, and that was
we're loading up their cars as we were leaving.
As we're leaving, they're checking out, and you could have like Adam Cole and Britt Baker were talking. She's like, "Hey, babe," or something. Or yeah. I was like, "Oh, yeah, just random, just normal."
And she was like trying to put like the suitcase in one way. He was like, "No, babe, do this one." Like,
yep. So overall, it was a blast, and then like you say, just meeting all the people. We networked with a lot of people. Met a lot of people. Got their podcasts and stuff. You guys got to check
well,
out.
I've got a podcast.
Yeah. That was literally, we were in line waiting for Adam Cole, and it was like he says literally, "Oh, you got a podcast? I have a podcast." So we all have podcasts, but it's all good because it's all fun.
The more people that are talking about wrestling, the better.
Absolutely. So we didn't just take photos, of course, and video and whatnot. We did walk out with some merch, some stuff, some goodies. Merch. So as you know, Mr. B-Roll here is like a crack addict and has to get his AEW trading cards. He did pick some up. And I love it too. Let me just preface it with this. Like, we went to this booth, and then like he gave him his phone number if he got any more in or something. And the guy who was running the booth, his buddy had some, and he literally went home and bought some, and like 3 hours later they called us. It was like a drug deal or something. It was amazing.
Literally. I have a strange number. So got some cards.
So these he didn't have. Little Sammy.
Cash Wheeler.
Yep. The Natural. Dustin Rhodes. Brody. The late great.
I actually really like the look of this card.
Ray Phoenix? That's a cool one. I didn't see that one.
Moxley.
John Moxley.
Kenny Omega top rope.
There you go.
I was pretty excited about that one.
That was it. But that's not all you got.
I got an MJF one. I already slid it in the binder.
So that's okay. We don't talk about him no more.
Yeah.
But what else did you get?
What?
Mr. Brody Lee. But here's the thing. This isn't just a normal Brody Lee action figure. It's an upper deck, so it's got an exclusive card inside there.
And I won't lie, I just got very nervous because I saw tape right here.
I thought that's normal. But but the deal on this, $40, that's not bad considering how much these are going for.
Yeah.
And in case you were wondering, these are the yellow card exclusives that B-Roll got in his Brody Lee action figure.
For my binder, got a Moxley, Bullet Club. Okay, next thing I'm pretty excited about.
And I have one of these too.
Yes.
We saw this and we're like, yes, this is going in my bar. Should just go ahead. The Fantastic Ass Boys. No, not Ass Boys. The Fantastic Not Ass Boys. I didn't see that. But still, that's incredible.
Oh, and the guy signed them as well.
Yeah, great artist too. Oh yeah, and you got a couple of them. So I've got one of these. Mr. B-Roll's got one. That is dope. FTR versus the Briscoes. Pretty cool artwork to commemorate a amazing tag team match.
Yeah, that was like the must-have. Like I was gonna get that one.
Yeah, and I love this, how it's got them in the, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that.
Dream match.
The Hardy Boys and the Young Bucks. Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Incredible. But yeah, that dude, I've been buying his stuff for years, and he does some good stuff, so. Alright, I'll show you what I got. So, first thing I got, and I messed this up because I forgot it was in my backpack, and I bumped up against the wall, so the box is a little damaged, but it's okay, it's coming out of box. And B-Roll was ragging me on this, but it still counts as wrestling related. A John Nada from They Live Funko Pop. And this is Roddy Piper, of course, for your wrestling fans, from the movie They Live. And I just noticed something really sick.
Obey.
Look at that. Obey. Follow.
The details.
If you've seen, now I'm pissed I fucked up the box. Oh well. And then I got going in the podcast room. He's a little beat up, it's okay. And LJN Captain Lou, I'm so free, I'm so live, I love everything, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of what he used to say. I fucked that up thoroughly. But a Captain Lou Albano LJM figure from the 80s. Love this thing. Oh, look at it, he's got a little Captain Lou shirt on of himself. I love this thing. And then I had to get me, I love going back into time, some old wrestling magazines. Like, I remember this cover like it was yesterday, even though I was like 3 at the time, I think. But this was about the UWF, long forgotten, 1991 Pro Wrestling Illustrated Supercards. The Year in Review 1993. I got that personally because that was like the year I really started paying attention to wrestling, although it's kind of a terrible year for wrestling, but that's neither here nor there. 1987, the Year in Review of PWI Wrestling. A WWF magazine, I think this is circa 1990, but the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. And a WWF magazine from 94, talking about WrestleMania 10. So those was the magazines I picked up. I can't wait to go through and look at those. Yeah. And then picked up some DVDs from, I believe this was a pro wrestling loot table, but I've heard about this, but I've never seen it. 101 Reasons Not to Be a Pro Wrestler, a documentary. Oh. And in addition, I had to get this, the documentary on New Jack, which I've heard so much about. But, oh, and I thought this was super cool. Like, they gave us air fresheners, and check this out. Look at that. The smell of victory. Look at Arrogance. He got an AEW one. AEW's cool, but I think mine's cooler because this is Brick the Model Martel, who was one of my all-time favorite wrestlers growing up.
This is cherry.
Mine smells like Arrogance. Lastly, and this is going to be really exciting. So, we got some pro wrestling loot boxes, okay? Ooh. So this one we'll save for last because this was the very last one. So in this box, there is a t-shirt that's just my size. So
Yeah, I if there's one thing I'm regretting not buying, it's probably because we passed the table and they had them.
You don't know, man.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I guess I'll see you open it.
I gotta find out what's in here. All right, we're on opening. We're opening the pro wrestling.
Unveiling.
You're seeing it before me. Oh, it looks like there's a couple things in here.
Yeah. Towel? Is it towel?
Oh, it's a Jordan Grace towel. Thick mama pump, like a sweat towel. That's cool. And we got a shirt.
What shirt we got?
Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I respect the shit out of it. So glad I got this. This is it's a Jimmy Rave shirt, who just unfortunately passed away last year, but wow, this is so cool.
Yeah, it says rest in peace there at the bottom.
I'm so glad I got this. Like, much respect. That is so cool. Well, I didn't even know it had a bonus. Oh, and you know what? Suck it, Trebek. I got my own Elite. I got my own Elite.
Suck it, Trebek.
that was so I'm happy I bought that box. For $20, Jordan Grace towel and Jimmy Rave shirt, man. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Now, the next box is a pitch podge of things, and we got this specifically because this was the last box they had. Matter of fact, it was almost a bidding war at the end. Not really, but
yeah, we thought there was going to be fun.
So we do know they told us there's going to be a
luchador mask,
a luchador mask, and a signed autograph in here, I think, right?
I don't know.
It's the last one. Let's open her up. Or, sorry. You're seeing it before me. Okay, what we got?
Here's your lucha mask.
It's like a Rey Mysterio mask.
It is.
Booyaka.
I like the baby blue.
And we got, I guess this was the only air fresheners they had, but that's okay. I'm happy to have it. Oh, wow. Look at this. An Andre the Giant collectible pin to go with my shirt. How cool. And
Cards.
maybe giving these to Mr. B-Roll. Looks like some cards.
Impact cards.
Is that what these are?
I think. Trey Miguel.
No, that's Jake Atlas.
Oh.
This is like independent. Oh, that's cool. I like the design on them. So, yeah, fun. Okay, now the question is,
can he get the mask on?
Do I put the mask on?
I love it. I love it.
The things I do for my channel.
I love it. I love it. Beard's popping down.
My beard is stupid silly in this, so it's actually comfortable. It's not bad.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
It doesn't look snug. Does it feel snug?
No, feels okay. Feels okay. Booyaka, booyaka. All right.
What is your luchador name?
Well, I saw a guy on that AAA show called La Hamburguesia. I would love to be him, but my luchador name, I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with whatever it means in Spanish, but the ginger bearded fat ass. That is me. I am the ginger bearded fat ass. Por favor. I wonder what that is in Spanish. Savannah, my wife would know. Okay, we have technology. We can improve it. And the whole time I'm here in this fucking mask. So. But you know what's funny? I'm wearing a mask like this and like in a parking lot, and people. This is random, or this is acceptable. And it's like, oh yeah, you were just at a wrestling convention. It's cool. It's cool. It does feel very comforting. Like I feel like I would want to put this on and like go outside in the winter weather to like shovel my snow because it would protect my face. So my luchador name would be the
Pelirrojo barbudo rudo.
Pelirrojo barbudo rudo.
Pelirrojo barbudo rudo.
Sounded like they was fucking drunk.
Introducing first, El Roda de Barbudo.
Ay. So, well, I can't even say this was a straight face. This has been a wonderful day.
Yes. We're coming back next year.
We're coming back next year. We're doing PIP.
Next year, and the next year, and the next year.
If you are in the Midwest area, I would highly recommend this convention. It was very well put together, well done, a lot of talent. It was awesome. And we actually debated because New Japan's Windy City Ride is tonight in Chicago, and we actually debated going there, but we're like, no, we gotta do this. And I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So,
No regrets.
no regrets. Horrible boy.
Horrible.
So I think we're gonna go grab us a night to celebrate the day.
Yes, sir.
Man, I feel so stupid when you're like, dude, this is so silly, absurd. So,
Like and subscribe if you think he should wear that the rest of the day.
oh god, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, all right, that's gonna do it for us here at Squared Circle Expo. We're gonna roll on out of here. I'm Jeremy, aka XLJ the OG,
And I'm B-Roll.
and we will see you next time. Adios, amigos.
I climb too high to fall, way too hard to drop. Stop clocks on the speed bag. Every yell under pressure, no jet lag. This is greater than trophies and saluted flags. Titles of fame.